musicians that you haven't played with?
Oh, there's thousands, I'm sure. I mean, if I just think about some of the guys, you know, as you're driving down the road and you listen to Elton John or something, you go, God, it'd be so cool to have that guy sing while you're playing, you know.
Yeah.
I was watching this special about the Eagles last night, and I remember
the history of the Eagles?
I actually auditioned for Don Henley's band, and I got the gig, but I couldn't do it because I'd already gotten another gig. And I did a live TV show one time with Glenn Frey and played Smuggler's Blues and The Heat Is On and Life in the Fast Lane. No, one of the ones he sings, I don't know, Already Gone or something. But, you know, so, you know, just like, I'm a big fan of music, and so I see so many players and so many musicians. I would have loved to have gotten the chance to work with Joe Zawinul when he was alive from Weather Report. And lately I've been practicing a whole bunch of Herbie Hancock music.
Oh, really?
And I would love to get a chance to play with him. And I only met him a month ago. And so someday that would be nice.
You mean like, give me an example, is it like an old tune like Watermelon Man or something?
No,
like
I've been working on Actual Proof, which is a really hard song.
Wow.
It's a really hard song to get under your hands as a guitar player, especially because of the odd bars and because they make all the kicks. And there's a bunch of kicks in this tune. Mainly the end of 4. You know, the end of 4 is kicked like 4 bars, and then the end of 4, and then 3 more bars, and then the end of 4, and then there's a figure that happens on beat 2 of the next bar. And as you're soloing, you have to take all those things into account because everybody's doing it. Then there's a bar of 5 and a bar of 3, and bar of 5, 4, and 3, and you know. Stuff like that is hard. It's hard for me to...
You like the challenge, though, don't you?
Yeah,
you love the challenge, don't you?
Totally.
You're not afraid. You're like, I do this.
I try to practice the thing that I suck at. I practice what I suck at, you know, as opposed to what I'm good at. That's something that's a bit of advice for all you guitar players out there, is that, especially people who have day jobs and come home from work, you're going to want to pick up the guitar and play, you know, play pretty chords that sound good to you, you know. What you got to do is actually work. You got to study the stuff that you're not good at, as opposed to just play the stuff you're already good at. I think that's a key.
Sort of like move out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, and, you know, I mean, it's very easy to just sort of pick up the guitar and start doing things because they make you feel good.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily advance your, you know, your abilities. And
I know.
but you're I think, uniquely determined, and I think that's also.
Yeah.
I think that determination is something that is. It's like innate with certain players.
Right.
You really want.
Yeah.
You really want something.
And a little bit of it has to do with your ego, and that you hear something you can't do, and you go, I should be able to do that. I'm going to lock myself in the room until.
Well, some people have the opposite effect. They shy away because I could never do that is the thing. And you're the opposite. You're like, I'm going to show. I'm you know.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do a lot of, you know, tapping stuff in the '80s, and then I just got burnt out on it, and I said, man, I don't want to sound like that. That's just not me. That's not what I want to do. But recently I've heard some players that are tapping really interesting stuff, and I'm going, all right, I'm getting back into it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to do a little study of it and see if I could get good at it again. You know, because I've let it slide. You know, all those lines that I had worked out with tapping are gone.
Well, sort of did get associated with that era.
The shredding,
the '80s era.
Yeah,
right.
And there's a certain tone you have to pull it off. You know, and a lot of the times that's not the tone I want. You know, super high gain tone.
Yeah. You know, well, of course, there was like Stanley Jordan.
Yeah, totally clean. Yeah, he's amazing, isn't he?